All right, welcome back to another episode of Rockstar Reacts. It's your host, Rockstar 2800, the most hated, the most opinionated, the most underrated. You know the truth. Like, comment, subscribe right now to this channel. If you haven't already, become a member. Turn on your notifications, tap that bell, smash that like button, follow Smut Free TV on Instagram and TikTok. Hop in them comments. Why? Because every comment counts. And you know we got the hottest content in these internet streets, no cap. Let's get into this right here, man. Dogface. Dogface interviews Moses Malone Jr. Now, this is the guy allegedly on the phone with Charleston White had leaked a phone call between him and Wack, basically telling on a guy, putting him at the scene of what allegedly happened to Charleston White, a shot in the air or shooting at his direction. Listen, we have yet to clarify any of that. I mean, we see videos, we see a lot of rants, but this guy, he on the phone just telling it all. So, Dogface scoops him up, man. Listen to this, man. He exposes a lot. I'm gonna keep it real. He doing some more telling on this, so we gonna get into it right here. This is Rockstar Reacts. If you tuned in right now, give it a thumbs up on Smut Free TV. Let's go.
Yeah, when I read the paperwork, when I read the paperwork for the Big U stuff, it says in there, right in there, it says that it says the keywords former NBA MVP, current NBA All Star. So when that paperwork came out, it was 2024. So that means that if it was a current All Star and a former MVP, that means I just went to the All Star game from 2024 and looked at the roster, right? There's only 6 players: Giannis Antetokounmpo, Steph Curry, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, and the Joker, and James Harden. Well, out those 6, who would be the nigga that's affiliated with Big U? James Harden.
James Harden.
Yeah. That's how you know it's him in the paperwork.
That's because mathematics. You ain't got to be a physicist to get.
Now I'm confused on why we would think James Harden had, why? Why? Why would they just point out, oh, James Harden is connected to Big U out of all these people? I'm just I don't know, man. I don't know if we just being biased or whatever. I don't know what they doing, but we're gonna keep it going.
Get that shit together.
Yeah, so that was in 2024. And, me and Wack talked about it, but he was being a little shaky about putting James Harden's name out there for, I guess, maybe some LA shit. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But when everything kept, everything.
Hold on real quick, right there. When you say shaky, what do you mean by that? Like, was it times that you wanted to talk about James Harden in certain situations that he didn't want to talk about it, or what do you mean by shaky?
Yeah, you could tell he really didn't want to release it or go in on him. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting.
Duh. James Harden got a lot of money. And you know what I'm saying? Wack don't play them. He pick and chooses who he gonna play with, who he feel like he can get away with stuff with. And James Harden being in his backyard, having a lot of power, a lot of money, that might have, he might have to overthink that. He might have to think that through. Let me see. Let me weigh out my options with before I can really go in on James Harden. Just jump the gun, because once he jumped the gun, he start getting all these phone calls from everywhere. Trust me, I know the truth. Let's go.
Like, he didn't want to say, hey, man, I know what Jay, because he started telling me, oh, I have to have his name in the paperwork. And I'm like, Wack, I got messages with you that, you're saying that it's James Harden. Why don't you just go ahead and, run the content? So what happened is that when he didn't run the content, I basically made my Instagram page public from private 6-7 months ago. Then I start running my own content. And then guess what happened? Other people started catching up. CEO Munchie, who I don't have a problem with to this day, regardless of whatever he's done. He broke that story of James Harden being a snitch, and in the paperwork, and it went viral. You know what I'm saying? It went viral, and then it just spun there. Then everybody started paying attention because I started posting the paperwork and this and this and this every day. And, you know, I mean, my page had been public for 5 months, 6 months, and it went from 450 to 6,000 followers. So I guess everybody's paying attention to Houston, you know. I don't have no fake followers. I ain't bought no followers, nothing like that. But for some reason, I guess the stuff that I'm posting is factual, so people started paying attention.
But niggas love the mess. They love it.
Yeah.
Nigga love the messy shit. They love it. They love it.
I don't know. It sounds like clout chaser alert. Clout chaser alert. I mean, Moses Malone's son, your dad is an NBA legend, but I mean he's been gone for some time now. I feel like maybe you are somebody. You know, we're only hearing about you because you ratted on the phone to Wack. So let's keep it going.
But dog, but on a real dog, you know, in all due credit to Wack100, and I want to be very clear because we're going to get to that in a second, is that me and this guy's conversations, we've talked business, not like me and him doing business, just regular daily stuff, right? We talked about the big U James Harden situation, Blunt, BG, right? Now, would he ask me stuff about rap a lot? Oh yeah, all the time, right? But the thing is that I don't have nothing to tell on rap a lot. He has a back door in Houston. It ain't me. I'm telling you that right now. It ain't me. He knows it. He's not gonna tell me who the back door is either. But he definitely has a back door out there in Houston.
Oh my God! What a clubhouse spy! Get out of here, man. He got a back door in Houston. Oh my God, man. Y'all guys. Bro, these guys believe anything. And bro, people be getting third party information from from a clubhouse app. It's bro, from DMs. Bro, the streets is not, niggas ain't got back, bro. And I do believe some people be calling, do just be, you know, willingly, voluntarily giving information to this man too. But they doing it via DM, via Clubhouse, via the internet, gang. Like, this shit is crazy, man. Let's go.
A big one. Because he's broken some hell of a stories on Jay Prince and them, like about that gambling situation with Takeoff. How did he know that? I wasn't there. How would I know who the 3 people that were in the scheme of the trick dice scheme? I wasn't there. I wasn't there. I was not there. I'm not in the streets. They haven't seen me in 9-10 years, dog, outside anywhere. How would I know that information? I don't know that shit. He has somebody that I'm pretty sure he probably is paying a couple of bucks to, that's in that circle down there, that's giving him information for a couple of dollars. And like you know, dog, I've told you and I stand by this, any interview that I've done with anybody, I have never asked anybody for a penny. I don't need the money. I don't want the money. I didn't ask you, oh, dog, I need this. I don't want anything. I don't want anything from anybody. So I don't have to do that for money. The type of information he's getting it from people inside that are in Fifth Ward, that are around Jay Prince, that somebody doesn't like them.
Which is you. Which is you. Charleston White already exposed this man and said it's amazing what nigga would do for some money. For a little bit of money. Get to telling a little bit of money. They gave him like $500 from what I heard. and he told it all. You feel me? So let's continue on because he's basically talking about himself.
That's telling them the information. Now you can go ahead and get to the phone call.
Yeah, that's Ruler Report Henny.
So
listen, he said now that I've said all of that, go on get to that phone call.
Hold on.
All right.
So it was a situation in Houston, and we kind of touched bases on this where, there's been some discrepancy as to if Charleston White was invited to this event or if he actually just showed up by chance. There's been conflicting reports on that. Regardless of that, though, we know that as him and the content creator named Hellcat left, there's allegedly a shot fired at the car. It was caught on video, and thereafter, there ended up being a conversation on the telephone that, involved you. Did he? Oh, he bounced out. He'll be back.
Real life.
You see them?
In the motherfucking
All right,
air.
there you go.
Jr. Ruler Report. Go ahead, Ruler.
Okay, so basically, we kind of just was framing it up for as far as what.
So dude phone went out, popped back up, but he keep rubbing his eye. He look like an Uncle Fester, bald head, eyes black. He keep rubbing his eyes. It's nasty work. Let's keep going.
Actually, called for the phone call. So you received a phone call from Wack100, and he asked you about what was going on in Houston. Could you kind of give us the details of how that conversation went and what was said?
Okay, well, so earlier that day, I had been heard what happened because the hood was talking quick, fast, and hurry. Stuff in Houston gets told quickly, okay? So later on that night, about 9, 10 o'clock, Wack called me like 3 times. Or it was like once or twice. I forgot what it was. I finally picked up the phone. I'm thinking to myself, like, I already know what he's calling me about. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not thinking that when he picks up the phone, first thing he says, man, my back door ain't picking up the phone. I said, oh, okay. He's like, man, do you know what happened out there? Then boom. I tell him what happened.
Now hold that thought, because I'm going to play a portion of the conversation. Here it is.
You called me and told me exactly who shot him.
Dog face is a fool. He told him, hold that thought. Before you get to lying, hold that thought. Because we want to play some of this audio. What you was telling. And as soon as it comes on, he's telling. Look, I got to rewind that, y'all. Check this out.
I tell him what happened.
Now hold that thought, because I'm going to play a portion of the conversation. Here it is.
You called me and told me exactly who shot him. Nigga named Ken.
So is Ken a young nigga or old nigga?
Ken is the nigga that's always with Jay Prince with the nigga named Stay Down. Stay Down say that Ken. Stay Down calls Ken his son, but it's really not his son. The nigga that shot at him, Ken, is the nigga that took Steve Francis' wife. He's married to Steve Francis' ex-wife, the lady bitch named Shelby. So I don't think he actually tried to hit him. I think that nigga was outside showing out. And then just shot at, I don't know if he, tried to shoot. I have no idea, but that's who shot though. Nigga named Ken.
What's his Instagram? Show you sent me.
I just sent it to you, 713 Ken. What happened is that when them niggas knew he was there, the word is that Jay Prince is on the phone with them niggas telling them niggas not to fuck with him.
Charleston just be popping this shit, right? Charleston then diss these niggas. He don't even know these the niggas who hoodie this because they crip niggas, right? With me in Florida. And they eyes lit up when they saw Charleston. And I simply took my hand across my throat and said, it ain't happening. And them niggas went and sat down, and Charleston never even felt a bit of tension. And we tell you why Charleston is one of the most dangerous niggas.
So Wack stopped the Florida Crips from getting on Charleston White. Wow. he did this. He told them no. And they stopped. They put a halt. Get out of here, man.
On the internet running the streets. A, you can't call him a snitch. Why? Because he's telling you what he gonna do. B, he ain't scared to talk his shit. So now,
man, they said that nigga talk so bad to them niggas outside, dog. They called them all niggas like all type of bitches and hoes.
Who did, Charleston bitch?
Yeah, bro, they said 30 niggas surrounded the nigga, dog. And they said that niggas talk bad to every last one of them from the door all the way to the car. They didn't shoot at the nigga until he stayed off of the... Yeah, the nigga called me and told me exactly who shot him. Nigga named Ken.
So that's a portion of the conversation. It's Tasha K, she chopped it up. So in the conversation, because
Hold on. Dogface is a fool for this, bro. He is a fool. He basically saying like, hey, bro, we got you telling, we got you ratting the Wack. So let's see what you got to say about this, right? This is nasty work, because he was popping it before this, saying that whatever, trying to clean it up before. I guess I don't think he knew he was going to play this, but let's go.
I've heard the full conversation when, so what happened is that you were on the phone with Wack. He called you, you didn't call him.
Yeah, he called me.
Okay. So you got the floor, brother.
Oh yeah, he called me, and he called me, and basically I didn't know Charleston White was on three-way talk, recording, because that's what happened. I'll tell you now, Wack didn't record the conversation. Charleston White did. I've seen the video that Charleston White put on his page showing himself recording the conversation. The problem that I had with Wack100 is that this is somebody that I trusted. This is somebody that I talked to. This is somebody that, I felt like he helped me by getting my story out there with the James Harden shit. So I have no problem talking to him. We've had millions of conversations, right?
He lost me with I trusted him. This is my friend. We had millions of conversations that he probably got recorded. Boy, if you don't knock it off, let's go.
But I would never think that he would have somebody on the phone, recording me. He could have told me that. He could have introduced me to Charleston White. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? If I would have known that Charleston White was on the phone, or I thought he hated Charleston White. I didn't know they liked each other. I thought they hated each other. So I'm talking to somebody just like I would be talking to a friend on the phone, and for Charleston White to record me and put it on there, it has the people, I see people, oh, he's snitching. How's it snitching? To me, it ain't snitching. You know why it ain't snitching? Because I guarantee you there was 50 other people on the phone talking about the same thing I was talking about, but they just weren't recorded, and nobody has a platform to put it on the internet.
Bruh, why you think Charleston got the okay to record? Wack obviously gave him the okay to record it. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you this nonchalant or you just playing dumb? Wack greenlighted this was a play from the minute y'all hopped on their phone. For sure. So Wack got everything to do with it too. Yeah, Charleston put it out, but how you think it all got? Come on, bruh. Come on. You probably just a Wack groupie, really, and he used you for information. Now I get it. Let's go.
So let me ask you something. You seem to have felt like you could trust Wack, but have you not seen what Wack does to people who think that they can trust him?
You know what? I've never paid attention to that. I don't pay attention to the YouTube stuff. I've heard things, but to me, you know, from what he showed to me from before, I've never thought I had to worry about a nigga having somebody on the phone
So
recording.
let me put you up on game, because you must not know this, and the three of us up here, we know, and the people in the comment sections do. This is a classic Wack move, because we've seen him do this before. We've seen him call someone with someone else listening in and record the conversation to keep his hands clean, so you can't say he recorded you. Somebody else did. And I'm just going to give you a little piece of advice. I'm not telling you what to do, but that's not somebody you trust, ever.
Oh, I've definitely learned my lesson, but maybe
That girl Henny ain't feeling that. She like, I don't know where you thought you could trust this man at, man. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people just going into it just like, hey man, I don't care what people say. I'm gonna find out for myself. And they, you know, you play with fire, you get burnt, right?
that's my fault as a person because I always trust everybody until they fuck me over. You know what I'm saying?
People gotta earn that trust.
Exactly. You gotta earn that. But I never thought in a million years that he would do such a thing to me.
Well,
And
whatever
that's
they
maybe-
said he did that you heard, believe that shit.
Yeah. So, you know, my problem is that, and I'm not trying to gain an enemy, and I don't want to beef with nobody. I'm not trying to beef with that nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to beef with Charleston White. Because I know for a fact, Charleston White, Candace Matthews, you don't think that she told him that information before anything? How did Charleston White get that video? I wasn't there. I never sent him a video. I never sent Wack100 a video. How did they know that? He was invited to Fifth Ward by Candace Matthews. Fuck what they talking about.
So let me ask this question, because I don't know Candace, but I have to ask these questions just for journalistic integrity, right? How did you reach that conclusion? Because she said that she didn't invite him, that he showed up unbeknownst to her.
Man, all she cares about is the views of the followers and attention. That's what she does. Go look at her page. She chases likes. She chases that type of stuff. That's how she gets her attention to get money out of people. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, she knew that. She knew where she was bringing Charleston White. She knows that was Jay Prince's spot. But then Charleston White started crossing her after she left him out to dry, and he told the truth that he lied for her. But I guarantee you this. If them feds ran down on Charleston White, I guarantee they ran down on Candace Matthews. She's a witness. She's right there in the video. She's right there in the video, dog. There's no way that those people didn't see every person. Guarantee you right now, the FBI knows every person that was outside with them that day. Those people don't need to worry about me when I'm saying what I was talking about to Wack100, because as far as I know, he ain't the police. Far as I know, the feds can't stand that nigga. He taped the Fed ladies' conversation. You think they talking to him?
Yeah.
After he taped the federal ladies' conversation?
Yeah.
So that's
They like, yes, duh. This is nasty work. Let's go.
that's why I'm gonna eliminate Wack from being a Fed. You get what I'm saying? That's my reason. Because no Fed is gonna talk to a nigga if he's recording a conversation.
Let me ask you a question, Mo. So after you seen this, like, what was your initial reaction to actually hearing your voice and seeing it being spread on social media, and as well as once you finally talked to Wack, you know, what was that conversation like as well?
At first,
Before you ask that question, before you ask that question, shout out to Deontay Moore, 1990, for the thoughtful contribution to the dog. Dante, thank you, brother. Don't let this.
Oh, Dante.
I got you. Come on, come do it.
Dante, you let him pressure you into sending him stuff that day that you seen the Henny gang was putting pressure on him.
It was good quality content when he hears it.
And people know to donate to the Salvation Army. It's the same thing. He just rang your bell.
Yeah, shit. That's me. Go ahead, Moses. Sorry, I know you can't take some black people nowhere.
Right. I don't know why you here.
Come on.
Me and Rilla.
Come on. We can't. It's hard. Come on, Mo. Sorry.
It's all good. Yeah, man.
So the question, Henny?
What happened?
You asked
the question. The question.
No, I didn't ask the question.
After after you actually seen once you became aware. Matter of fact, just let us know, how did you become aware that it was on social media?
Man,
what was your reaction after that?
Man, listen, one of my best friends sent it to me at 3 a.m. It was like, dog, do you know that these niggas was recording you? And I'm like, what? And I'll hear it, and I'm like, oh my God. So I start texting Wack100. Like, dog, what the fuck? You had Charleston White on three-way and didn't tell me? And the nigga wouldn't respond. He wouldn't respond to me all day.
Because he put you in a chip bag.
I called him like 8, 9 times, right? Because I was mad to the motherfucker. Then he finally responds and says, man, I didn't know he was recording this. I didn't know he was recording. So at that point now, I'm like, you know what? At this point, the way I see it, I'm going with me. I didn't call a police officer. I didn't call a federal agent. I was on the phone having a private conversation to somebody that I've had plenty of conversations with and didn't know I was being recorded.
Hold the phone. You were on the phone with a federal cooperative.
Okay, well, I have no idea about that, right?
Okay, just so you know, right?
Okay, I have no idea about that. All I know, what I do know is that he recorded that lady talking, who was an FBI agent, right?
Right.
That, and after that, I would never think that he would. Yeah, okay, well, I would never think that. So to me, that would say, if my attorney's telling me something or they have told me something, I wouldn't think that nigga's a federal informant or anything of the sort. And I'm just being honest. I'm a person that goes off of, I'm green to that. You know what I'm saying?
Watch this, because somebody tell me, man, say allegedly, dog, because you know Wack, allegedly, but he's allegedly a agent, but he is for sure a bitch ass nigga. Now go ahead, Mo. Sorry.
Well, let me ask this: you don't think that whole Fed call recording was a play? Because
no, that's real, and I'm gonna tell you how it's real. You know how I know it's real? Because I know that lady's voice. Just like everybody in Houston knows that lady's voice. Okay? I know that lady's voice. That call was a real call.
Okay.
That was a real call.
So
he's like glazing Wack, and he's supposed to be mad at Wack for leaking the call. This is definitely a play.
when you finally get him on the phone, what was the conversation?
Man, he was deflecting a little bit, but then he was like, man, I didn't record that. I would never record you, bro. Like, this is this. And I was just like, you know what? After a minute, I'm not no confrontational person, right? I'm not a confrontational person. So I'm a grown man. I'm a man on my own. I just said, I'm going to handle this myself. I'm going to explain this whole thing, how I want it to be done. I'm not going to go back and forth with anybody about it. Hey, man, God put me on this planet to do the righteous things. If people want to do wrong things to me, that's the karma that they'll have to deal with down the line. So I'm going to continue to do my thing, regardless of how anybody feels about it. But as far as that relationship, that's over with. I'll never get on the phone and talk to him again about anything. And as far as I'm going, he can go his way, I'll go my way. But I'm gonna say this again, and I want people in Houston to understand this, and I really want them to pay attention to this. Moses Malone Jr. is not in the streets. The feds are not going to build a RICO case, just off the Charleston White situation. I don't know anything about what they got going on. I'm not in the hood. I don't have a back door. But Wack100 has a back door in Houston that's in that camp that's telling them stuff, and it's not me.
All right, man, this is nasty work. I ain't gonna lie to you. This is nasty work. I don't know where to begin. Oh, yes, I do. He exposed that Wack100 is the one that pushed the narrative, the story that James Harden was in Big U's paperwork. And we still don't know it's James Harden, right? This is just I mean, I think somebody else had confirmed it. I mean, listen, it still said NBA player, and we still don't know, and then for them, everybody to point to say James Harden, yeah, it had to be James Harden. Like, it could have been anybody, gang. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that's an NBA player. But the fact that he pressed green light on that story, and that's the reason why that story surfaced, is nasty work, Wack. Nasty work. But this is Moses Malone get back for them recording him. You know what I'm saying? By exposing that. But still, Moses Malone Jr., you are no better. You are a nasty guy. You was telling on that phone, ratting on that phone, talking about you not in the streets, the Fed's not, but talking about you know the Fed voice. You are suspect yourself. Like, no wonder you don't suspect Wack to be a Fed, because you might be a Fed. You know what I'm saying? So, this, like, I don't even know what to think about this. Why this guy, like, don't give this guy no more light, all right? Because this is nasty work. And with that being said, man, what have y'all concluded? Let me know in the comments right now. What y'all think about this character, man? You know what I'm saying? Is he lying? Is he telling the truth? You know what I'm saying? And he talking about he'll never talk to Wack again. He was betrayed. Do you think he's running the play with Wack? Do you think he might still be cool with Wack? Do you think this guy has a chance in the YouTube streets? You know what I'm saying? Did Dogface, that girl Henny, and Ruler Report do they due diligence? You know what I'm saying? With that being said, man, give it a thumbs up. Like this content. You feel me? Like, comment, subscribe. If you haven't already, become a member. Turn on your notifications. Tap that bell. Smash that like button. Follow Smut Free TV on Instagram, TikTok. Hop in them comments. Why? Because every comment counts. And you know we got the hottest content in these internet streets. No cap. Stay tuned for more Rockstar Reacts right here on Smut Free TV.